Hello everyone, today I am here to share with you all every single book that is on my TBR shelf. So I have one shelf that I primarily store all of my TBRs. It's where I keep track of them because I feel like if they're mixed in with my regular books that I've read, I would just lose them. So I've counted these, I already forgot the count. I think it's either 34 or 35, which is actually a very, very manageable number for me. So I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm not gonna lie to you because I feel like last year around this time, it was like 40 to 50. At one point it got up to 60, which it's all depending on how you feel. Some people have 100 books on their TBR and are happy with that. Some people have 20 and they feel overwhelmed with that. I'm okay with my number right now. Like the majority of these books that I'm gonna show you, I really want to read. There's only a few that I'm not really sure if I will or not. I'm also very good at that. Like I don't keep books on my TBR shelf for super long. Like as a general rule, if I haven't read them in like 2 years of them being on my shelf, like they've obviously got to go because I haven't read them. So I obviously don't have much of a connection to them. And also I weed it out a lot. Like if I just look at a book and I'm like, I really honestly don't think I'm gonna read it, I will tend to donate it. And that's just how I am personally. I don't know how everyone else is with their TBR piles. I don't have a lot of space, so that's my main thing. I think if I had all the space in the world, I would probably have a really big TBR, but I don't, and I'm okay with that and I'm happy with that because it keeps me like in realities. But either way, this video is just gonna show you what books that are on my TBR pile. I also like to look at these videos myself at the end of the year just to see like what books I've read out of these, what books I've gotten rid of, and what books like I've DNF'd. So I like to do a lot of videos at the beginning of the year to like say I'm gonna come back at the end of the year and do a update. So hopefully this will be one of them where I update you on all of these books, whether I've read them. Let's go ahead and show you. I don't have any rhyme or reason, I just pulled them all off my shelf. So I will tell you with all of them whether I think I will truly read it or not this year. I'll be 100% honest with you, and I hope that's okay to be. But let's get into it. Let's showcase all of the books I haven't read yet. The first one, One Day by David Nichols. Definitely gonna read this year. Really want to read it right now, honestly. The Matchmaker's List by Sonia Lally. I definitely want to read this year as well. The Diviners by Libba Bray. I really want to read this year. I don't know if I will just because I'm kind of daunted by it, but I want to. Forever Interrupted by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Definitely reading this like in February. It's gonna happen. This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills. Definitely plan to read this as well. Here's one. This one's been on my shelf for almost 2 years at this point. Billy and Me by Giovanna Fletcher. I have just saved it. I've said time and time again, you'll notice the majority of these books on my TBR pile are like kind of contemporary / women's fiction, and that is because I just save them. I don't know why. I feel like I have to have like 10 of them on my TBR at any given time, just in case. And I need to like get out of that mentality because I love that genre so much, and I think my fear is I'll run out of them. Like, and I'll look at my TBR shelf and be like, I have no contemporary or women's fiction to read. What am I gonna do with my life? But I did like, no, you can read other books too, and you can also buy more books that are. But either way, I've just had this on my shelf for forever, so this year I have to get to it or it's gonna go. Here's my most shameful one, The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. Enchante by Gita to Release. This is one that's in the maybe pile with a very strong question mark at the end of it. Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. It's almost been 2 years at this point. Let me check on that actually. So this came in the Owl Crate box of July 2017. Okay, so it's been over a year for sure. So if I don't read this by July of this year, it'll be officially 2 years, so must read. Drive by Neil Shusterman and Jared Shusterman. Definitely a plan to read this year. Fumbled by Alexa Martin. I'm iffy. I think I want to read it. It's women's fiction, so I should have no problem to read it, honestly. 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. Definitely reading it, like no fear in my mind. Now That You Mention It by Kristen Higgins. Another women's fiction I have. Maybe I'll read it this year, maybe not. I don't know. Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett. This one comes out in April, I think. Definitely plan to read it in April. The Atomical Shape of a Heart by Jen Bennett. Definitely plan to read that as well. I've got some ARCs on here. You Be Mine by Erin Hahn. This one comes out in April as well. Plan to read it. Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting. Women's fiction. Been saving it. Speaking of Heartland by Kimberly Stewart. Women's fiction. Been saving it. Summer Salt by Katrina Leno. YA contemporary. I mean, it's bad, guys. A Duke Changes Everything by Christy Carlisle. This is obviously like a very historical romance. I don't know if I'm gonna read it, but I'm hanging on to it for some reason. Bloodleaf by Crystal Smith. I have no clue about this book. Oh, it's shiny, that's pretty. So I don't know if I'm gonna read it or not. The Intermission by Alicia Freeland. Definitely want to read that this year. It's like kind of a woman's fiction type of book. It's bad. I told you guys, I have a lot of them. A Spark of Light by Jodi Picoult. Have to read it this year. Like, it's gonna have to be a necessity. Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha. I'm so sorry, I can't pronounce that. I really want to read that this year. Thief by Lisa Maxwell. This book is so freaking huge. It's a sequel to The Last Magician, which I liked, I didn't love, so I don't know if I'm going to read this or not, because I just don't know if I need to continue on with any series. Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. Adult mystery thriller, want to read it this year. The Lost Queen by Sigma Pike. This one is like a historical Outlander meets Camelot. I'm still questioning if I want to read it or not. A lot of these I think I just need to do like a try the chapter tag and just do that with like 5 of them and pick one and then just go on from there. Why Contemporary, Quiet Kind of Thunder by Sarah Bernard. Definitely need to read. Oh, here we go, another contemporary. Finding Andre by Sophie Kinsella. Got some YA fantasy on here. I've got The Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco. I've heard really good things about it. Mirage by Samaya Dodd. Definitely want to read that one as well. Blanca and Roja by Anna Marie Miclemore. It's still question mark of this one because I've tried reading it, couldn't get into it. And then lastly, Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. So those are every single book I have on my TBR shelves, which is not that bad. Like, this pile is kind of big, but it's not like daunting me as it used to. At one point in time, I was just very overwhelmed with my TBR pile. So my main goal this year is down on my like stockpiling contemporaries and women's fiction, because I just have got to stop. Otherwise, it'll just grow and grow and grow, and I'll be like, I'm saving this for a rainy day. The rainy day is here. I need to read it now. So, I don't know. Did I say it was 35? Let's just say that. My goal is to cut it down. I think, I don't know, like 20, 25 books. That would be great if I could read 10 of these. When I look at these, I really want to read a lot of these, so I don't have a problem with this. So hopefully I'll do a check-in at the end of the year, and maybe I'll have nothing to show you. Wouldn't that be freaking amazing if I did a check-in and like, oh, just kidding, I've read all those books, so I have nothing to report. Wow, that would be awesome. But I'll do a check-in at the end of the year, because I'm bound to sure that some of these are still going to be on this shelf, because that is one of the problems of being a book lover. So many books and so little time, as we all say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As sporadic as it was, I feel like all my videos lately have just been sporadic. I'm just at that point in my life where things are just very, maybe not sporadic is the word, kind of chaotic is the right word. Yeah, my life is kind of chaos right now, so I guess it's showing in my videos as well, so yay. I just like looking back on TBR books and seeing whether I've read them or not. If you like that too, let me know. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.